Cancer, welcome to your weekly reading for July the 18th to the 24th. Let's get started for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and see what messages we will receive. Keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. Make sure to check out your other placements to receive all your messages. Okay, Cancer, let's see. What's the energy around this week ahead for Cancer? Roots of Abundance, card number 2. Very interesting card to start your reading, Cancer. So this Roots of Abundance, as the title sort of suggests, is all about abundance and the pathway to abundance. So this is a time of really grounding yourself and sort of trusting in the idea that as you ground yourself, you will become more aware of where your abundance lies. This is a time of sort of paying attention to the stories and narratives that you're thinking about, and are they in fact helping you to thrive, or are they limiting you? Right? So when we think about abundance, there's always the other side of the coin, which is scarcity. So when we have limiting beliefs, when we have a narrative running in our mind that we're sort of a victim of life and that it's happening to us, not for us, sometimes we feel this idea that we cannot actually shift things, right? And that the world isn't actually abundant, right? So it's interesting to consider that sort of the roots of abundance sort of starts with you. It starts with you and the narrative you're telling yourself, Cancer. So this can really be an interesting time to become unstoppable. But it starts with the beliefs. And so the first card out of the deck is really here guiding us to trust and to really examine what it is that we are thinking. Is our thinking grounded or ungrounded? Are we surviving or are we thriving? Do we live in a limited world where we have to compete for everything, or is there an infinite amount of abundance flowing through every opportunity? It's very interesting to consider when you sort of have this belief that your life is safe and secure and that your intentions are always coming to fruition and that the universe is sort of always operating in your highest vibration. It's interesting. If that is the sort of perspective that you're holding, it can really shift how you move around in this world. Just like if your perspective is that everything is limited and you have to compete for everything, that will also change how you move around in this world. So your sort of first message here, Cancer, is helping you to be aware of the narrative that you hold and to almost say it out loud, write it down, be aware of it, and see where you can make adjustments if they're necessary, if you feel they're necessary. We see the Three of Cups and Temperance as I cut the deck. So you may need to be patient and to sort of understand that things move according to a timeline that sometimes we have to trust, and that can be difficult, right? It can be difficult. Sometimes it can be very exciting. Again, it depends on your perspective, right? Like you'll either feel impatient and frustrated or curious and excited. Again, depending on what your baseline is. What is your root of abundance? Very interesting. Let's see here. Four of Pentacles. So again, the card of the miser who never thinks they have enough. And there's the Magician in reverse. So then there we go. You're sitting in an unbalanced vibration right now when it comes to abundance. I mean, it's no mistake that we're seeing the Four of Coins here. So it's very interesting. The Magician in reverse tells me that your inner world needs adjusting, that your inner narrative is not helping you to thrive. It's creating an environment that you believe you must survive and compete, and that there's not enough, and you're afraid to sort of use any of the energy, money, time, resources that you have right now, because there's a part of you that's like, once it's gone, and I'll never get it back. And it's a very limited way of sort of understanding your experience while you're here. And so you're really being guided to shift that, to be aware of it and then shift, right? Like to shift the perspective once you become aware of what it is in the first place. See, Six of Swords. I was going to say Four of Swords. Six of Swords means you need to sort of get distance from some beliefs. Those swords represent your thoughts and your communication, the way you're corresponding with the universe through your thoughts, through your words, through your intentions, through your beliefs. That's how you correspond energy with this universe. It's an energetic exchange, and something needs to be you need to get distance from it. You need to recover and heal some beliefs that you may have had after a moment of defeat. I say that because of the Five of Swords, which comes right before. So something has happened or happened at some point that changed your inner narrative about abundance. And it's almost like we need to get regrounded in some new beliefs that are on the other side of that shoreline. There's the Six of Cups in reverse, my friends. So this is inner child. This could go back as far as past life even, but there is something here that sort of framed you into this belief. Something must have happened in the past to sort of initiate this way of believing in limiting ideas. And we see the Sun in reverse on the bottom of the deck, which is a very sort of a muted version of the Sun when it's upright, in the sense that there is all of this possibility around you, but do you see it? Do you recognize it? Are you allowing the Sun to illuminate a different perspective? Or are you sort of stuck in this perspective where, that Magician in reverse, it just makes me wonder what it is that you hold true in your subconscious. There could be, these blocked creative energies, and you're not tapping into your full potential because of this limited perspective that you're holding when it comes to, it'll be different for everyone listening, but for some of you, it could be your beliefs about money. For some of you, it could be this idea that you'll never truly be loved, as you feel love exists in this world, that you're not going to receive that kind of love. You might also be sort of thinking to yourself that your confidence, is being impacted here. You might feel that you yourself are not enough. So it's very interesting. This could be impacting you in different ways, Cancer. You could be sort of ruminating some negative thinking about the self, or about love, or about money, or about opportunity, or about just your path in general, not feeling like you know where you're going. You've got the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords. It's very interesting. The sixes are an interesting moment right before choice, right? The sixes are sometimes a moment of transition where we find ourselves in a place that we're about to shift out of, but the direction of that shift, that is what this reading is asking you to consider. What is the direction? I feel like you're on the brink of something here, but that there is some untapped potential, unused potential. Your energy is just not focused right now. You might feel lost even. You might be wondering, well, I don't know what's coming up, Let's see here. Another six. Isn't that interesting? Six of Wands there in reverse. So very interesting. You've got 3 sixes. I can't help but think that you're evolving, and this could feel uncomfortable. You might be feeling uncomfortable right now, and it's sort of this pessimistic vibe around you when it comes to a major area of your life where you feel like you might even be making comparisons and looking around and being like, well, they have it made over there. Look at all the money they have, or look at that solid relationship this person's in, or this person's so confident and they just go for it. Man, I wish I was like that. You know, that kind of talk. I wish I was. I hope I will be. It's sort of this idea that you don't even believe it. And there's the Queen of Cups, which makes me think that this is very emotional right now. This is an emotional time where I'm almost feeling guided to say to you, you need some time to love yourself, to really become familiar with your own state of mind and state of heart. Like, right now, I seeing the Queen of Cups, and there's the Four of Wands. There's that Five of Swords. I'm telling you, there was a big moment here. It could lead you to significant transformation, but it's almost like you need to heal your heart with love and compassion, and almost refocus your energy towards that end, because I do feel like there's a big change coming. There's the Knight of Swords, which leaves us with the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck. So really feeling like you can trust that all will be well. I do feel like there's a shift here, but it's almost like you've got to shift first. And then once your energy is more focused towards abundance and an open heart, and releasing some of these past things, these 3 sixes here, I can't help but think that this is going to be a profound transformation for you in your emotions, in your will, and in your beliefs and thoughts. The narrative is also going to shift. Very interesting reading for you this week, Cancer. Let's see what the final guidance is for you to close your reading. Make time for self-care. Yeah, this is about inner healing first. And an inner shift will lead to this outer shift with this Knight of Swords. The card says take time to take care of yourself. It's essential right now. So, I mean, it's very interesting. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Healthy communication in relationships. So for some of you, if some of this sort of scarcity and limiting thoughts is around a relationship, your card says here a heart-to-heart discussion with clear, assertive communication will help you to understand each other and to be understood. So for some of you, that is an important message as well, that if you're dealing with a relationship, it may be time to sort of look at how you're communicating. We see the 5 and the 6 of Swords. So it's time to shift our communication. That Knight of Swords also wants you to shift and bringing in some major changes for you. But the first person to shift here is you. Don't forget that Magician in reverse. This is about you shifting your beliefs that you're not enough, that there isn't enough, and that you must somehow survive in this world instead of thrive. You know, very interesting. I'm going to leave it at that for you this week, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care.